Let's get some analysis now with retired Brigadier General Jaroslaw Strozyk. He's the former director of Poland's military intelligence, and he joins us now from Wrocław. Good to have you back with us, Brigadier General. We know Ukraine's counteroffensive is in its early stages, but looking ahead, what would you consider to be a success from Kiev's point of view?
Yes, it's just started as we discussed this for last couple of weeks or even months. And there are possible three directions of those counteroffensive actions or operation. The most to the north, which is now happening towards Mariupol, which is like about 80 miles of the ground to cover. And so far, Ukrainian armed forces are quite successful with about 10% of that. So I would find the success if this is more than 50% of this long journey. Of course, the biggest success to liberate Mariupol or to go to the south direction, which is Crimea direction. So it's a modest step, modest progress so far, but very good political sign and political signal that is happening.
And we know in the lead up to this counteroffensive, Ukraine had received more military aid from its partners, including the US and Germany, Leopard 2 tanks from Berlin, in fact, the Patriot missile defense system from the United States. And we're about to see a meeting happen in Germany about a possible fighter jet or aircraft coalition to help Ukraine. Surely that will greatly help Kiev's efforts in this counteroffensive.
Yes, at the beginning, Ukraine received mainly old Soviet-type tanks from Poland and other countries. Now it's turn of Germany and United States to provide those more sophisticated main battle tanks. But let me be honest. The Ukrainian armed forces now can see that it's not so easy to make an offensive gain, to attack. It's much easier to defend, and they will struggle with each mile, each kilometer of the terrain, which is quite heavy, fortified by Russians so far, with the mines, with the ditches, with everything which is quite defensive nature. So, but yes, you are right with those another military equipment, to include some military aircrafts that will help in the upcoming months for the Ukrainian armed forces to have some gains, perhaps before the final or interim political discussions about the truce or the ceasefire or the end of this war.
And how would you describe Russia's position now? Because despite reports of a demoralization among troops, depleting resources, a division with the Wagner mercenary group, Russia is still managing to make attacks such as the one we've seen in Kryvyi Rih. Ukraine says that it was behind the collapse of the dam as well last week. So it's still able to make attacks even with these reports of its depleted resources. How would you describe Moscow's position right now?
I would urge everybody, don't underestimate Russia. They just reinvented some positions, reinvented some tactics, changed some the morale of some units, and they are just defending mainly. So this is much easier, as I already said. So this is quite steady and strong position of Russian armed forces in this case. Of course, we might expect that one day it will collapse like a domino, but still this is well prepared, quite well organized for Russia defending position in those directions which are which we indicated to the north and to the south Crimea Peninsula.
Okay, Jaroslaw Strozyk, we'll have to leave it there, but thanks as always for sharing your analysis
Thank
with
you.
us.